situation, let's look at this picture. As you all can see, down here is the tent. Now, it's possible that this tent was slightly moved in order to gather evidence more efficiently. After all, there was inclement weather that day. But here you can see where the team clearly had all of their stuff. Now, as you can see from this clear picture, that right here where this tarp is clearly where the incident happened. This tarp is clearly preserving evidence, and that is the trail in which Austin walked away. Now, as someone who did sports her entire life, I can tell you that the prosecution's claim about tent culture is absolute BS. In fact, one of the most fun things about sports when you were a kid was when rain delays would happen, and you could go visit people in other tents and hang out with them. Carmelo was sitting all the way up here when Hunter Metcalf decided he was going to sit in front of him.
He was sitting on the
either under the tent or under the bleachers.
BS. In fact, one of the most fun things about sports when you were a kid was when rain delays would happen and you could go visit people in other tents and hang out with them. Carmelo was sitting all the way up here when Hunter Metcalf decided he was going to sit in front of him.
He was sitting on the bleacher in front. So he was sitting on the bleacher with his back to it. Hunter stood up. Now, so what, 2 feet?
The defense called this out in one of the witnesses, saying if he was outside of the tent with his friend, what was wrong with that? And the witness said it was because he was in proximity to the tent. So if the coach had texted Austin earlier that day telling him he needed to step up and be a leader, then why was it only 6 minutes that he arrived, that he went straight to Anthony? Prosecutor himself said that Austin had only been in the stadium for 6 minutes before he was stabbed. It was only 15 minutes from the moment that the twins entered the stadium to when he was led away in handcuffs. Carmelo immediately ran to his coach and hugged him. Does that sound like a murderer or like somebody who was scared? To be clear, right here, it says that none of the videos that they saw actually showed the altercation or the stabbing. And the images are not clear enough because of the rain, as well as people walking around holding umbrellas and crossing in front of the path of the camera. What they don't want to tell you about Carmelo is that he was not only captain of the football team, captain of the track team. He had a 3.7 GPA while holding down 2 jobs. He was 5'8" and 130 pounds. The Metcalf twins are 6'1" and 213 pounds, which is 83 pounds heavier than Carmelo. And one of the people that testified today was the detective of the Crimes Against Children unit. Y'all remember how I said Eddie was pretending to take a video? Well, that detective was the one who talked to Eddie and looked at the phone. And the defense asked him if they found any deleted photos on the phone. And the detective said he's not sure. Why? Because he didn't actually confiscate the phone and look at it. Someone who was actually in the courtroom on Saturday had this to say.
Carmelo Anthony didn't just go into the tent. He asked, is it okay if I sit here? And he-
Did you hear that?